Hey friend, welcome to your practice. Today we're doing a strength-focused prenatal yoga class. This is safe for all trimesters. I'll give plenty of modifications for wherever you are in your practice. And just keep in mind that as we move through our practice today, we want to pay attention, listen to our bodies as always, but especially now when you're pregnant and you have the hormone relaxin that you may have heard of before. This hormone makes us more flexible, but also can make us more prone to injury. So we don't want to overdo the stretches, which is why we're focusing on strength and stability today to tighten up our muscles rather than try to get them more flexible. But we will definitely be doing some stretching, some stuff for those muscles that are really tight. So in terms of props, you don't need any props today, but if you happen to have a block or two, putting it at the front of your mat can't hurt, just in case you want to use it. And we'll get started in tabletop. So come on in onto all fours. Tuck your toes. And we're going to stretch out both the feet and warm up the wrists at the same time. So you're shifting back so you can stretch the bottoms of the feet and shifting forward so you warm up the wrists. And keep going like that, front to back. Take your knees as wide as you need to create space for baby. Nothing we do today is going to be a risk factor for diastasis recti. If you've heard of that before, it's that bulging of the space between the rectus abdominis muscles. And those of us who are pregnant are more at risk for developing this after birth. So we want to make sure that we're not doing any planks or anything too strenuous that causes that bulging of the torso. So yeah, we kind of forego planks for a little while and we can get back to them after pregnancy. So turn your hands out and around now so your fingers face your knees. And this might feel like plenty for you. And if it's too much, bring your hands even closer to your knees. If you want more, you might shift front to back. And you might notice in your pregnancy that your body just, certain things feel different than they did before. This is one of them for me where for some reason I could shift back and forth and go into circles. And now it just feels a little tender in my wrists. So I'm going to sort of take it easy and maybe do little tiny shifts, but nothing major. And if you tend to hyperextend your elbows like me, you might put a slight bend to them. Beautiful. Turn your hands back around now so your fingers face forward. Keep your toes tucked. Sit back on your heels. Shake out those wrists. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, come back into tabletop. We're going to stretch out those hamstrings before we move into some strengthening. So take your right leg all the way out to the right. Keep the bottom of the foot down on the ground, and let's lift the right arm up, and we'll warm up the spine here too. So the right arm lifts up, you press into the outer edge of your right foot. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, weave your right arm through to the left, but don't set the arm on the ground. And then inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, weave it through. Inhale, lift it up. Again, exhale, weave. Inhale, lift. Now we're going to set the shoulder on the ground. Weave the arm through. You can set the shoulder down. You might have to slide your right leg further out. You can crawl your left fingertips forward. You might have to slide your right leg so much that you have more space for baby there. So it's a twist for the upper spine. Take deep breaths into the belly. Plant down through your left hand. Lift the right arm back up to the sky and put the right hand onto the ground. Come up onto your fingertips. Sit back onto your left heel if you can, and the right toes point up. Now, if this is too much for your left knee or it's not comfortable, you can stay upright and still kind of do the same thing. If you're back and down, you take your left knee wider, space for the belly, walk your hands down, let the head hang down. Take another full breath here. Walk your hands back up. Make your way back onto your hands and knees so your knee comes back in. Tabletop. Before we go to the other side, let's take a couple breaths here so we can understand what's going on with the core here a little bit. So as you inhale, fill up the belly like a balloon and relax your pelvic floor. As you exhale, knit the outer abdominals into the midline like you're hugging in baby. Inhale, relax everything. Exhale, hug in towards midline. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hug in towards midline. Now, keep everything hugged in towards the midline, but keep breathing. So you kind of have an active core. Take your left leg out to the left. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Keep the right hand planted down and lift your left arm up. So we're breathing and maintaining strong core as we lift the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, weave your left arm to the right. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, weave to the right. With your breath, inhale, lift back up. And again, weave. And lift. One more time, we're going to set the arm down and the shoulder down, so thread the needle. Crawl the right fingertips forward. You can take your left leg as far out as you need. One more breath. Place the right hand down, lift the left arm up, set the left hand down, come up onto your fingertips, sit back on your right heel, lift the left toes up if you can. If not, you could stay forward. Take your knee wide, walk your hands down and fold. Now, if you're in first trimester or you're just not showing yet, and you don't have to listen to my cues about taking the knee wide, you can just go where you're comfortable. All right, let's rise back up onto the hands and come back into a tabletop position here. Good. Now, tuck your toes. And again, with that inhale, we relax the belly and the pelvic floor. And exhale, wrap the baby in towards midline, cinch in. Keep that hugging in as you breathe. Continue to breathe. Lift the knees an inch off the ground. Hold. Keep hugging in towards midline. That's really important here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the knees down onto the ground. And we'll make our way to down dog. Lift your hips up. Take your feet wide for the first down dog, as wide as the mat. Shake out your head. If you look up and see me not doing the same as you, it's because I'm trying not to hit my microphone, which is close to my chin. But I want you to relax your head and shake it out. Beautiful. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. So your feet are already as wide as your mat. And we're going to come into a Malasana yogi squat, toes out, heels in. But don't worry, we're not going to stay here. Bring your fingertips down to the ground. If you have a block, you could put your hand there too. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Inhale, bend the knees and open the chest. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, bend and open. Again, straighten. Now, what we're going to do to add on to this, bend the knees, is we're going to not straighten the legs all the way. You're going to stay a little bit bent. So keep going back and forth without completely straightening the legs. You're going to feel that it makes it really hard right away. Ooh, you can do it though. Strong mama legs. 3 more. 2 more. And we're going to end with the legs straight. Straighten them all the way. Turn your toes to face forward. Take your feet as wide as you need. Put your hands on your hips. Lift up halfway, flat back. Have a slight bend to the knees and shift your weight out in front of you. Now, take your arms into airplane. straight back behind you. Roll the shoulders back. And if it's okay on your back and your shoulders, reach your arms straight out in front of you. If this feels like too much pressure on the low back, and very possible, especially if you're in your third trimester, keep your arms by your sides. A lot of strength. We're strengthening the low back and the core and the legs and the arms, everything. Now we're going to stand all the way up. All the way up. Release your arms down by your sides. Take a moment here, especially if you feel lightheaded, just close your eyes, take a moment to reset. Reach your arms up to the sky. Good. Now take your hands, slowly to the back of your neck. We're doing some shoulder mobilization here. So I don't want you touching anywhere. Just have your fingertips like near your neck. Your elbows point up. The ribs are going to want to pop forward, so bring them in. You have a nice wide stance for the legs here. Take the arms back up. Slowly take them out wide. Slow, slow, slow. Now internally rotate your arms so the thumbs face down and behind you. Bring your hands slowly to your low back. Make two fists. Now the shoulders are going to want to roll forward, so roll them back. Breathe. Soft face. Take your arms out wide. This is going to feel really good afterwards, I promise. Your thumbs are facing down. Now externally rotate the arms so the thumbs face up. Reach the arms up. Bring the hands to the back of the neck. Reach your arms slowly up and slowly out wide. Internally rotate the arms, the thumbs face down, and bring two fists to your low back. We're almost done. Stay with me. Take your arms out wide so the thumbs face down. Externally rotate your arms. Reach your arms up. Interlace your hands behind your head, behind the neck. And take a little back bend here. Look, you might gaze up a little. Breathe into the upper back. Reach the arms up and release them down finally. Ooh, bring your chin down to your chest. Tilt your head to the right. That should feel really good after that. Bring your chin back down, then tilt your head to the left. Keep going side to side slowly. So you're making little half circles. Bring your chin back down to your chest and roll your head up. So you're at the back of the mat, right? Let's interlace the hands behind the back. Some stretchy for the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. You can stay or you can kind of bend the knees as you fold forward and let the arms go up and over. Let your weight shift into your toes. Relax your head completely. Good. Now bend the knees to slowly rise back up all the way to stand. Release your arms down by your sides. Turn your toes out a little bit and come into a squat. So a regular squat rather than a yogi squat. So get low. Good, and we're going to pulse here. Put the weight in your heels. Think about strong core so that you're not too tilted forward too much. You're kind of bringing the tailbone down. We're still pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand tall. Breathe. Toes point forward now. Reach the arms up again. Fold forward. Hands come to the ground. Walk your hands all the way out to down dog again. Set your knees down onto the ground and step your right foot outside of your right hand for a lizard lunge. Then lift your back knee up off of the ground and take a moment to shift front to back so you get a stretch in your left calf muscles and in your hips. Maybe take some side to side movements. Good. Now come up onto your fingertips. And all the strength is in your legs here. Really firm up your back knee. So don't let your back knee sag down. And can you lift your hands up off the ground? Maybe even take them out wide. Your right leg's all the way out to the right, so you have lots of space for your belly. Hold here. Shift your weight forward a bit. Breathe for 3, 2, on 1. Put your hands down. Lower your back knee to tap the ground and lift it back up. Lower it down, lift it up. It's like a string getting loose and then taut. For 3, 2, 1. Put the back knee down, untuck your toes, straighten out your right leg. I like to come on my fingertips for this. If you have blocks are really nice under your hands. You might slide your right foot forward a bit, flex and point your right foot. Good. Then flex your foot, reach your right arm up. So the stretch comes to the outer leg, maybe up to the hip. Smooth out your breath. And bring the right hand back down. Come back to lizard. And step back into table. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Lift your back knee up. So we're in lizard on the other side. We shift front to back. Maybe side to side. And then find stillness there, stability. Come up onto your fingertips. So right here, we're stretching and strengthening the hips at the same time, which is why I love this pose. If you can, you don't have to, but if you can you lift your arms up and out wide? Your back leg is so strong here and so straight. For 3, 2, 1, put your hands down, keep your back knee lifted, take an inhale, and exhale, tap the knee down, and then lift it back up. Tap and lift. Don't set it all the way down, just kind of a quick tap. Tap and lift. For 3, 2, 1. Now set the knee all the way down, untuck your toes, and straighten out your left leg. Maybe you slide that left foot forward a little bit and flex and point your left foot. Flex the foot, keep the right hand down, lift your left arm up. Spread that chest nice, wide, and open. Lower the hand back down to the ground. Step back through lizard and step back into tabletop. Nice. Now we'll take the knees back so you're in a modified plank. Modified plank. Wrap the outer core into the midline. Chaturanga, so we're bending the elbows, lowering down halfway, and then back up. Let's do it again. Down and up. Down and up. Lower. Lift. Now this time lower and hold. Hold. And lift. Same thing, lower and hold. Lift, lower, hold. Lift all the way up. Sit back on your heels. This is called Virasana. Shake out those wrists. Or maybe you want to put the backs of the hands to the ground to stretch out the wrists. And then rise up. Now let's come up onto the knees. We're standing on the knees here, so you're upright, not sitting back. And we'll take the arms up. Cactus your arms here. Don't back bend yet. Knit the ribs in. Squeeze the shoulders back. Now, from the upper back, you could take a back bend as far as it's comfortable for you. Again, imagine you're sending breath into the upper back. Reach the arms all the way up to come upright. And release your arms down by your sides. Roll the shoulders back a few times. And make your way back into tabletop and into down dog. Walk your feet up to your hands. Take your feet as wide as you need and lift up halfway. And fold forward. Slowly roll up to stand. Roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the feet to hip distance. Reach the arms up. Lift your left leg up to balance on one leg. And let's bring the hands to the hips, actually. So we'll straighten the left leg out as much as we can, and then bend. Again, straight and bend. This is super hard, I know. Try to stand as tall as you can. Straight, bend. 2 more. Last one. Good. Step your left leg back into high lunge. If you need to take a few steps to get back there, totally fine. Keep the hands on the hips. Lower the back knee down to hover off the ground. And we're going to pulse here up and down, just like we did in our squats. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Really feeling the legs working here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten both legs. Rebend the front knee for high lunge. Put your right hand to your lower back. Reach your left arm forward and rotate from the upper spine to the right. Have a softness to the back knee so it's not totally straight. One more breath here. Can you rotate more? Draw the right shoulder back more. Good. Then face forward and reach your arms up. Take your arms into airplane. Shift forward, lean forward. If you need to take your right leg wider, please do. Firm your back thigh as you lean forward even more. Lift your right heel. Hold. You're building so much strength in your right glute. Hold. Right foot down, straighten both legs as you rise up. Step your back foot up and in for a pyramid shape for the legs. Then take your legs as wide as you need them so that you can fold down into pyramid. You bring your forehead towards the knee so that the neck can relax. Draw the right hip back in space and lift through the inner arch of the right foot. Good. Now we'll step the feet together at the front of the mat and slowly roll up to stand, slowly. Beautiful. Reach your arms up. Lift the right leg up. Put your hands to your hips. Good, here we go. Straighten your right leg out and bend. This is really working your hip flexors and quads. Keep going, my friend. If your leg doesn't go very straight or very high, it's okay. Straighten and bend. It might have nothing to do with your strength and more to do with the structure of your body. One more. Stand taller, straighten and bend, and step your right leg all the way back so you're in a high lunge position with your hands on your hips. Lower the back knee down to hover, and we'll pulse here. Let's keep pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do a couple more. I feel like we didn't do it as long on this side. Couple more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. Oof, that feels even now. Breathe. Back to high lunge. Reach your left hand to the back of your low back. Reach your right arm forward. Twist. Have your back knee a little soft. Move your left shoulder down away from your ear. Now reach your arms forward and up and straighten your legs. Put your hands back onto your hips and bring your right foot up and in, setting up for pyramid. So your right toes turn out a little. And if you have a belly, your legs are going wider. Hands on your belly. Fold forward. Then hands to the ground. And slow down the breath. Couple more breaths here. We'll step to the front of the mat. Lift up halfway. And we'll step back into a tabletop. Just put your knees on the ground and step it back. And then come into puppy pose. Walk your hands out in front of you. Bring your forehead to the ground. So because of my mic, I'm not doing that, but bring your forehead all the way down. You can stay on your fingertips or palms. And again, take your knees as wide as you need. And have this sensation of knitting the ribs in a little bit, or like hugging the belly button in, so that you're not totally sinking in a static way to the ground. So that there's some integrity, some strength here. You don't want to overstretch the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Rise back up into table. Round your spine into cat. Arch into cow. Couple more times, cat cows. Come back to neutral spine. Come into a seat. So you'll sit back on your heels. If this is not comfortable, I want you to be comfortable here. So if you can sit cross-legged, you could, if you have a block, I have lots of blocks, you can sit on one. But you're going to just rest your hands on your knees. You can even lay down if you want. This is our makeshift Shavasana. So close your eyes. Feel your heart beating. Feel the prana, the energy moving through you. We've reached in and we've activated that prana. by moving our bodies. Movement is medicine. Strength is power. Soften your eyelids even more. Soften your jaw even more. Bring your awareness to your breath and take a big breath in through the nose and an open mouth exhale. In through the nose and a long, slow exhale, like you're completely emptying. And one more time, biggest breath so far. In, all the way out. Gently blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you loved it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, and keep your eyes open for more classes just like this. I'll see you next time.